Hello everyone, it is Wizaldo or Wesley, and today I have another Boa Hancock video coming at you. Now, I know I made a Boa Hancock video last week, and it did pretty well, and I'm really happy with how it went. But in the time between me recording it and the video going up, a new list came out in the East that actually also does not use any EBO3 cards. And I wanted to take a look at it and maybe make some modifications based on what I think would make the deck really good. So what I have here to start with is the deck that I think he got second. I know I have it labeled winner, but I think he got second. I'm not 100% certain. I saw it on Twitter and then I screenshotted it and then I lost it, unfortunately. So here's that list. It runs Boa Hancock, which last video I forgot to say, on your opponent's turn, if you play a character, you get to draw a card, which means when you trigger something out of life, even if you pitch a card, you go tempo neutral. If you don't have to pitch a card, you go tempo positive, which is really, really good in my opinion, just because so is everything in this game, especially in blue. It also has the effect when you attach one down to it, when one of your Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirate type characters with 500 base power or more is KO'd. Base power means the power it has on the card. You get to make your opponent take a life from their life pile. And why that's really good is because there are some power switching effects and power reducing effects in the meta. It's really exciting to see that isn't going to affect the deck, which is probably one of the reasons it's so good. The CS second place or winner, sorry again, I can't remember, runs 4 Sengoku, 2 Pudding, 4 the Blocker Hancock, 2 Hiyori, 4 Marguerite, which is a searcher that also makes you pitch a card, 4 Ran, 1 Rindo, 4 Kuma, 4 Gorgon Sisters, 4 Shakiyaku, 4 Rayleigh, 4 9-cost Hancock, 2 Slave Arrow, 2 Perfume Femur, 2 Sables, 1 You're the One, and 2 You'll Frighten Me. And the reason I go through that so fast is because I made a little bit of modifications for how I play, and I will run through this deck list a little more in detail. I run 4 Sengoku, which is going to be a 7 Warlord Searcher, 2 Pudding for getting your opponent's hand smaller, 4 Hancock because it's a great blocker and it puts your leader ability online, 3 Hiyori. I think Hiyori is really important, so it's important to have more than just 2. 2 Gloriosa because it's searchable and it's essentially a Hiyori. You could drop the Gloriosa down to 1 and bump the Hiyori up, but I do think having more triggers is really important. 2 Marguerite, just because it is good body, but it's not an amazing body. It does increase the consistency of the deck, which is nice, and I think that's really important, but it also makes you trash a card, which is why I think a lot of people in the West are a little bit apprehensive to using it, and I think a lot of people in the East are as well. 4 Ran, just because it puts your leader ability for free online. 2 Rindo, I think one-ofs are kind of throwing in this game just because it's like a chance to see it. I think Rindo's also a pretty decent card, a 2 or 3 of at a minimum. 4 Kuma because it's searchable off of Sengoku and is an amazing card for getting rid of your bricks, which is one of the reasons I actually cut out the You're the One, because you can get rid of any cards you don't need with Kuma rather than the You're the One. 4 Gorgon Sisters, really, really OP card because it lets you attach it onto everything as long as you have 3 of the Kuja Pirates or Amazon Lily cards. 4 Shakiyaku, it's a way to filter out your hand and also plays out of life. 3 of this Rayleigh, I think Rayleigh is really good, but I do think Emu is coming a little bit back, so I don't want to include 4 of them just to become bricks in that matchup or just 1k counter in that matchup. For the Hancock, of course you're going to run 4. It lets you gain a life and then make your opponent take a life. 2 Slave Arrow is going to be amazing for Hiyori. When you play Hiyori, you go down 2k counter. Slave Arrow lets you take it back to your hand, which is going to be really good. It also is going to work on Yon and Pudding. Those are going to be your main targets for the Slave Arrow. You're also going to run 2 Perfume Fumers for ending the game. 2 Sables. This is going to be an insane card when combined with Pudding because it lets you get rid of essentially one of your opponent's 7 cost or less. In a way, it's an 8 Don for develop a body, get rid of your opponent's hand, and return a 7 or less to your opponent's deck. And then you're going to run 2 You'll Frighten Me. It's a good trigger, good card for kind of making yourself last a little longer. I think this is a really good deck list. It's going to be a little more consistent than the other one, in my opinion. I don't really know what the other person was thinking when they built it, so they might have had other plans that I'm not seeing. Anyways, this is the deck list I'm going to run today. I'm going to run it on ranked. If you do enjoy this deck list, it will be down in the description, and I will be modifying it as I go if I feel like something's really wrong, something's really right. But if you do like this video, if you like the list, please consider giving the video a like. If you want to support me, subscribe. I will be doing a face reveal using Facecam after I hit 1,000 subscribers, so I am really excited for that and looking forward to it. I'm going to hop into the gameplay now. If you don't plan on watching the gameplay, thank you for watching. For those who are going to watch it, I hope you enjoy it. Alrighty then, we're into an now. I think I want to take second. Second feels halfway decent in this deck. I'm going to keep this, quite a few bricks in it, but Sengoku that I can search into some good stuff with. I want a Sengoku, Ran, Rayleigh. Keep the board clear in my favor. Grab this Boa. I think that might be a better play. Kuma might also be a really good play. I have a pretty good curve without a Hancock, and Rayleigh might not be applicable at 6 on turn, so I'm going to grab the Kuma as a sort of backup plan. I'm just going to swing big at my life. I just take it. I will use this trigger to play out the Rayleigh, I think. I want to play the Ran next turn, and Rayleigh is just like a decent target too. I drew into the Boa, and Boa is a bit of a brick. I think it's in my best interest to do this. And turn like this. So I'll draw the Rindo next turn, put one into life with Kuma. I can go 6 at life. Put my opponent down to 2 early, although I probably should have swung first with the Rayleigh, just in case my board gets cleared here. Yep, and they probably get a trigger. No, they're not going to use it at least. Alright, and I will block this, force them to go down to 1 life. And at this point in the game, I just want to build my board. They have a huge hand, so I'm not in a great place to go for game. But Perona, interesting. Alright, I'll deploy this. I'll pitch the Slave Arrow just because I am not in a position where I won't be needing it. And I'll go... just pass. I don't want to give them the triggers out of life necessarily. Next turn I'll hit 8 Dawn. I can play the Rayleigh after I swing out with my characters and then KO the Perona. Alright, they're going to swing 7 at me. I am going to take this, use the trigger to get the Rindo, because if they clear the Rindo, I get just another character on board probably. Right, and I am kind of low, so I'm going to counter out of this. Alright, and here's the plan. I think I want to Gloriosa and then Rayleigh. So I will do Gloriosa, take my top life, put in the Gorgon Sister, and then I will swing out at my opponent like so. 5, 6, 7. They're going to take that, and then I will go another 5 at them, I think. Yeah, they'll counter out here. Swinging in descending order is a really good way to kind of get an advantage on the Enels. Then I will Rayleigh, place the Neon, and I've already swung out with all my characters, so I'm good to clear that Perona. Then I end turn. My opponent has 2 swings, so they could take out 2 of my life. If they do have a way to trash my life or force me to take a life, I'm chilling, just because I have a decent amount of counter in hand as well, and that will require a lot of Dawn. I don't want to fall down to low health necessarily, just because I don't have Boa to end the game with, but we'll see how this goes. I probably want to clear the Nami and then clear whatever body gets played off of it, get a blocker out on the field. Probably be in my best interest to heal up. Alright, and it looks like they're just going to swing 2 10s at me. I take the first one, use the trigger to get a Sengoku, and I get a Boa, so I can heal up and clear board. Take this one too. I'm not going to use the trigger effect because it's a 2k, and that might be really necessary. Start with a 6 at the Nami. Alright, and they have a Perona in life. This could be a little scary for me, but I will deploy over the Rayleigh. I'm going to gain 1 life, and my opponent's going to take that out of their life. Alright, and then I'll Gorgon Sister. And I will show Ran, Rindo, and Ran, and just kind of buff up my board like crazy. I'm going to start with a 6 at life, another 6, and then I'm going to start swinging in descending order. This forces them to take, and then they're going to trash 1 and heal 1. Or no, they already did that. Okay, so then I'll go 7, get 2 cards. I'll get a You Are the One, which means they're probably super bricked up, which means I could theoretically use my last on. I think that's what I'm going to do just in case I can go for game. I have a lot of counter in hand. Yeah. Is Boa the new queen of yellow? Dethroned Enel? I'm making, if I had face cam, I'm making a YouTube thumbnail face. Just imagine that. If you are interested in seeing that face, let's get to 1,000 subscribers. Anyways, I'm gonna hop on to the next game, I guess. All right, another matchup from my last video. It's a Luffy. We'll see how this goes, if it's still insanely winnable, if I just play super aggro. Probably want to go second, maybe. Not too good stuff in this hand. I'm going to mulligan that. Whole lot of bricks. Pudding, which is going to be really nice. Hopefully I can draw into a turn 1 play. Ooh, we're breaking up a little. I'm just going to end turn. Next turn I'll probably Hancock into swinging at life. I've got a lot of non-triggers in hand. No trigger out of the life, unfortunately. Alright, and they're just going to ramp up real quick. Boa. Next turn I could Kuma, and I will start putting on top. If I draw... I draw into the Kuma. I think I want to take the life, honestly. And Neon isn't the worst thing to put into life, although I think my best interest is probably playing the Kuma. So I'm going to return like this and take the life this turn when they swing at me. And we get that life. That's impressive. They must be bricked up, so it is definitely in my best interest to start playing really aggressively. Maybe next turn I just drop the Rayleigh instead if they don't swing at my life this turn and just play something. But I'm expecting a Nami. Ooh, it's to die for. Is going to ramp him up to 8 for next turn. So I've got to prepare for scary things. They hit 10 this turn, which means they probably leave Dawn up. They're not going to swing into me, which means I actually probably Boa, or no, I Rindo, and then just swing 6 at life. If I get an event here, I probably just swing with the Boa Hancock blocker as well, because like I said, I'm probably going to take the next hit anyways, because I have 2 Kumas in hand. All right, they're down to 3 in hand. This pudding is looking less valuable, but we'll see. A couple Namis in a row or some hand draw would really screw me over. If they don't have much to play this turn, I probably just take the hit early. My goal should probably be to have like 4 characters out on board soon so that I can just swing really wide and like medium tall, some 9s or 10s at my opponent. And I know they only have 2Ks because I've been swinging 6s and they've been giving me 2Ks. So I'm going to continue to swing 6s until I kind of get to a good spot to try and end game. All right, and they do Mihawk my blocker away, which is a little rough, but I don't really mind that too much. Best bet is probably to Kuma here. And I do put a card that I was planning to put into life here, so I will trash the Hancock. I want to hang on to the counter just because it might get a little scary soon. And I still swing 6s. I know they have an Usohachi, so I'll have them pitch or get rid of that. They're going to take that. Okay. All right, and we get that Usohachi we saw. That's good. My goal here should probably be to get as much life as possible so that when they're swinging those huge swings into me, it's not as scary if I can't counter out of them. With 2 2Ks in hand and everything else is a 1K, which is pretty nice. I think I pitched the boa there specifically because, hey, I know I have a trigger coming out of life, and because I don't really want to block to take this last life, I'd rather them swing into my board, the Rendo, and be able to take this last life, and I honestly think the counter is going to go further. Get another 2K, so I, once again, am going to be swinging 6s and 8s. 8s to get rid of some of the counter events in their hand, 6s to get rid of the 2Ks. I probably next turn just Kuma again, get rid of the Rayleigh maybe, unless they play like Nami and then I Nami, or get rid of the Nami with the Rayleigh. I'll probably 2K a 6K swing into my life if they do it. Lin. Okay, this is a new card from EBO3. Draw 1 and place 1 card from the top of your deck, then add 1 Don from your Don deck and set it as active. On KO, add up to 1 Don from the top of your deck to your life cards. Interesting. That does have 7K power, so I could get rid of it with the Rayleigh, but that does mean my opponent heals 1, and I'm trying to look for game at this point. If I really get into cinch or something, I can always just play the Rayleigh. I think actually, because they didn't swing at me, I play the Rayleigh. I'm pretty chilling on life at this point. Get rid of that Lin. They can Don -1 and take that life. I don't mind. Then I go a 6 with Rendo. That is a 1K. Okay. All right, and they take it. A 6 with my leader. Assume I get a 1K or 2K. Okay, I get an Otama. And then I go 9, I think. No, 8 probably. With Kuma. No, 9. I want to be 3K over, so I can punish them if they run out of 2Ks here, or if they only have a Gear 3 to counter out. They could also Gum Giant, but that also turns off their leader ability. So that's the appeal of swinging a 9. No matter what, I get a lot of counter, or my opponent gets punished. All right, yeah, Gear 3 plus 1 card, and a 2K to get rid of that too. That's nice. A 10 cost would be pretty nice here, or seeing like a Gorgon Sister out of life. Keep my opponent on the ropes with low cards in hand. I'm thinking about dropping the Shocky because I'm not seeing the cards I need. They get a Gum Giant, so it would be in my best interest to play around it. Mainly swinging really low to the ground or above like a 10. So if they don't clear the Kuma, I probably swing a 10, but they are going to, if they Mihawk, they'll only have 1. So that's fine for me. Like clear my Kuma with the Mihawk. Yeah. I'll heal up, I don't really mind. As long as my opponent is kind of having to play defensively, they won't be able to build board that well. Other than maybe if they Sanji into a Mihawk, that would kind of screw me up. All right, and they Luffy, and that Luffy's just going to probably be sent at life. Not even going to be sent at life. Okay, maybe I go to 6 life cards. I'll probably just drop this Boa and start placing on the top. Get that Marguerite into life if I Kuma next turn. Probably take life, so return cards to deck like that. Add 1 to leader, and I still have 6 up. Maybe I should have just Kuma and Boa'd there, but I think I want to swing really aggressively into life. I think I dropped the Nyan. No, I'm just going to swing really aggressively into life. I'll go a 6 with this, and we get a 1K. Go another 6. Hoping to see a 2K here, and not a Gum Giant. Okay, we see the Gum Giant, so I'm probably going to move my Silver's Rayleigh swing into the Mihawk. I'm going to swing 10 at the Mihawk. And I'm doing this to slow my opponent down even more. Again, I want to delay the game so I can confidently go for life. They probably clear my Rayleigh this turn. I block one of the swings into it. If I can counter out of another one, I counter out of it. I know my opponent has a Gear 2 now, and I know they got rid of a 2K, so I can expect them to have, like, at most, see how many 2Ks I've seen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and so I can expect them to only have like 1Ks or bricks in hand. So swinging 6s or 8s are really going to go well for me. Ooh, a Roger, that's going to screw me over a little bit, especially because I haven't seen any big bodies. All right, and I let this go through. They're not going to clear my board, which is going to possibly screw them over. I think I swing an 8 first. Alright, so now I can expect 3k, so I have to have 3 down attached and then another 3. I could just totally bet on them not having a ton of counter, but I think my best play is to actually just play this, pitch the Gloriosa, and that's when to lead and end turn. This way, if they just swing at my life or swing at my board or whatever, they have to take a life, and I have 6 life. Like, they're not going for game anytime soon. They could Roger again, but I have a Kuma to get rid of the 1 counter I don't know about, and whenever they draw this turn. This is a really long game, which is a little rough. All right, they get a red rock. They probably red rock my Kuma, but if they red rock my Kuma, they can't Roger again. I think Rogering again is their only way to survive if they also clear my board, but I also could get screwed over if they play a blocker and I don't draw into a Perfume Femur. We'll see. All right, so they do red rock that. They still have, I am gonna guess, 5k counter in hand. They're kind of screwed here no matter what. Yeah, all right, so I will start with a, no, they have a 3k. They could have a Gum Gum Giant still. Start with a 9. All right, and we see a gear 2 and then probably a 1k. Yeah, and we can assume this other one is something else. I'll go 6 at life. Maybe it's a brick. And I can just kind of build a board here. Grab a Gorgon Sisters probably. Oh, I probably should have grabbed the Perfume Femur, so I'll move that to the top. That was a bit of a misplay on my part. Get rid of the pudding, just because I'm not going to use it. And I can swing a 6 at life. Guarantee I take this last life. They'll probably go to clear my board and maybe play a blocker, but now I have 2 swings on board, and then they'll have to swing at life afterwards. They grab the OP09 Luffy. They're going to have 6 swings, so they can't go for game because I have 6 life. But they do draw another card, so let's see how it plays. I also have this You'll Frighten Me that I left Dawn up for, specifically so that I can freeze a body if they somehow try and go for game. And they do get to draw a card, but they only have 1 Dawn up. So the way I end game here, and I take this. I can't really use this. They have no 7 or lesses, so no trigger. Gonna use the Rindo to gain a life, take a life, no trigger effect, just so I want to hang on to this Perfume Femur if magically they somehow manifest a blocker. But I still have 5 life and they have 4 swings, and they get to clear this too. Best bet is to make them swing into life. They're actually gonna do it. Wow. Unfortunately, no trigger. Yep, and there's a trigger, which is gonna secure me the game probably. Another one. Bait Shocky, get rid of that and that, and then I just swing 6s and go for game. And they have to Gum Gum Giant it for more counter. Fine by me. Another 6. They get a Nami, then I'll go an 8, because I know they don't have any counter, or I know they have very low counter. That's game. You can see I ended the game with so much counter. That is one of the plights of this matchup, is even if you have a ton of counter, it's not really helpful because your opponent is just going to swing huge into you anyways. You kind of have to set yourself up early and play aggressive, but I probably could have maybe survived another turn even if they swung it all at my life. I had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14k counter, so maybe I could have gotten out of some of those swings and You'll Frighten Me one of them, and I said another You'll Frighten Me, and I usually leave 2 down up just in case I get another one. Who knows? Anyways, I'm gonna leave the video at that. I'll do the deck reflection now and let you know what I think. All right, here's that deck one more time. I do think the 2 Rindo feels really good. Rindo is really impactful in some matchups and really not in other ones. So I think 2 is a really good spot for it. Maybe 3 if your meta looks different, but we have no clue what our meta looks like yet because it's not released in the West. But I do hope you are enjoying this kind of content where I look ahead a little bit. I know the OP13 meta is a little stale, so I am also looking to look at OP14 like everyone else. But the variety that the deck can provide, because it has so much draw, like Zoro Sanji, is really nice. You saw I changed my game plan, and I even misplayed the turn where I probably should have Boa Hancocked and then Kuma'd on the same turn. Really nice line there. Somebody commented about it in my last video. It's one of my favorite lines. It feels really good because you can guarantee something like a Gorgon Sister in life if you see one. But yeah, deck feels amazing. I'm gonna leave it as is. Maybe get the Silver Rayleigh down in the future, but I think I need to do some more testing. I'm really happy with it. That's gonna be the end of the video. If you did like it, please consider giving the video a like. If you want to support me in the long term, like I said, once I hit 1,000 subscribers, it is a face reveal and webcam from them on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.